One,
Hi, I'm Diane Devani, broker owner of Pacific Ridge Real Estate,
and I'm John Cohen, president of Qualified Financial Inc., a local mortgage broker.
and this is the Weekly Five. Thanks for joining us. Hey,
Hi,
John.
Hi, Diane. I speaking to you before this podcast, we came up with a couple of things that we wanted to go over. So I wanted to ask you a question. So there are a lot of people out there. If you drive down neighbors, there's a lot of people doing renovations right now.
Right,
I don't know where they're getting the money, but maybe they're taking cash out of their equity and doing some upgrades to their house. Who knows?
right,
But
right.
So I wanted to ask you, what do you think when you're doing a home renovation and trying to increase the value of your property or just for yourself in general? What do you think you can get the best bang for your buck? What are some ideas or some renovations that people out there might consider?
That's a great question. I think it's probably one of the top questions I get from people, especially when I go visit them in their homes, my friends and family, or potential clients that are thinking about listing their home. Sometimes they've lived in it for 30 years and has original builder standard stuff in it, and that's a good question. It comes up. I actually made a couple of notes here. I did some research, and it's interesting. Um, so for kitchens, and that's one of the top remodels, um, on average, if you remodel your kitchen, you get about 70 to 80% out of the amount you spend back. And it doesn't have to be a full gut job. You can take everything out, the cabinets, the drawers, the appliances, the countertops, and leave the structure or the design of the kitchen the same. But you'll get about 70 to 80% back, which is an amazing return on investment.
That's
For
good to know.
bathrooms, yeah, for bathrooms, 60 to 70%. Still, still excellent. Um, Modern clean bathrooms are buyer magnets. They love that new sleek look, very simple. That's very in now. Retiling the showers goes a long way. Curb appeal upgrades, 90 to 100%. Fresh coats of paint, new front doors, landscaping, those things are not expensive, but they bang for your buck. I mean, they make a huge difference. When somebody pulls up, if there's flowers and nice foliage, even to replace the house number with something nice makes a huge, huge difference. So 90 to 100% on curb appeal.
So you got to consider this stuff when you're looking, if you're trying to clean up the house and get ready for sale.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't want to be throwing your money into something that you're not going to get your money out of, right?
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it's
Sometimes people
probably a
do
good
that.
idea to speak to someone, a professional like yourself and figure out what
Yeah,
it is that is going to get the best, I guess, the best bang for your buck, your best return
yeah.
on your investment.
Something that some people don't think about that you get 90 to 95% is your garage door replacement. Sometimes, depending on the neighborhood and the HOA and that kind of thing, you might have an older garage door and other people have replaced theirs with something newer
Yeah.
and more modern. Some of the older homes have wood garage doors and now they're metal. And again, that's 90 to 95%. So you're going to get an excellent return on your investment by replacing your garage door with something more modern.
Okay.
And then the last one, which is 65 to 75%, but I'm finding that this is it's not the highest return on investment, but buyers really want homes with energy efficient windows. I recently had a listing in Laguna Niguel and it did not have energy efficient windows. And we had it priced well. We took that into consideration, but it was amazing how many people came through and had an issue with that. They didn't want a home.
Yeah.
I guess, they didn't want to go through the trouble or whatever. It just didn't register with them. That would be a consideration. So energy efficient windows is another
I'm
investment.
guilty of that one. I can use that in my house. However, there's 20 other things I want to do. I
Right,
never think that
right.
that's the top of it, but I see my neighbors that have done it and then put the solar in. I'm
Yeah.
like, God, that looks great.
And
But
it depends on the house. I mean,
yeah,
if you're getting the sun beating into certain windows and it's getting hot on a whole side of the house, things like that, that's important. And obviously we don't live in a place where we have extreme cold or anything like that. So our temperatures are much more tolerable where we live. But overall, energy efficient windows are a great investment to
I could tell you right now, they're probably a good idea. I'm going to tell you why. You see, I'm in a sweatshirt right now. No, no joke. And I'm freezing in my own house, and I don't have the heater on right now just because it's one of those days. It's a rainy day today. It's starting to rain,
right,
and it got
right.
cold quick. And how did it get cold so quick? It's because the windows. I guarantee that it's. I mean, a good insulation, but there got to be like if I touch a window right now, ice cold.
Yeah,
So
and it
that's
helps if you have loud neighbors that party a lot. You don't hear as much noise either, or a kid next door playing the
thank God I
drums.
don't have that. Thank God I don't
Get the
have
neighbor
that.
playing the drums.
I live on a
So
corner. My property's on the corner, so I got nobody on one side and
yeah,
adults
that's
around
that's
the
nice.
other sides.
So if
But
you're thinking about renovations, food for thought, those are some of the top things that'll get you the greatest bang for your buck.
right on. I appreciate it. I got one question though. I have a
Yeah,
hidden upgrade I did on my property that's
yeah,
behind the walls, and I have no idea if it adds any value to the property because I never considered it.
yeah.
Is I had a couple pinhole leaks in my because when you're in Orange County, the hard water creates if your properties were built with copper piping, and the hard water
Yes,
creates little divot like build calcium buildup, and it creates the water bouncing off and creating little holes in these pipes. And so I
yes.
had two leaks, and the leaks were like $3,000. The other one's almost
You know what?
was
That's
going
a
to be
really
five
good
thousand
point.
dollars.
That's a
And
really good point.
so I ended up calling, having the entire house repiped for 10,000, like through
Yeah,
repipe one for 10 grand. I know it's
yeah,
behind the walls, but I'm going to tell you right now, it probably saved me a fortune
yeah,
in probably in insurance, right? I could have had some claims. That would have been a nightmare.
sure,
And
sure.
then, and definitely on repairs down the line because they were just starting to pop up in different places. So I
Yeah,
don't know
and
if
that's a
that's an
good.
if.
I
Is that
think,
one?
yeah, considering where we live, absolutely.
Yeah.
South Orange County, especially, I think it's really the time that our homes were being built.
Yeah.
Also, they weren't, doing the best job and weren't using absolutely the best products in that during that time.
Yeah.
So the leaks are definitely a prevalent issue, and it is something that buyers ask about when they
Yeah.
come in, especially they know in Orange County, it's something.
I guess you could
Um,
do that, listing the property completely repiped home,
yeah,
lifetime warranty on I think that's what it is, lifetime or 20 year. I forgot what the warranty
it's a
was.
long time. Yeah,
PEX piping or whatever it is.
X, yeah.
Like, yeah, plastic or rubber or whatever. I
And
could.
gosh, that the not having to worry about it is such a nice thing to. I remember how many times did one of my kids come upstairs and say, "Mom, the ceiling is drooping, or there's a blister in the ceiling," and I was like, "Oh no."
Here we go. So,
So
okay, well, this is good information. I appreciate it. I think we're running out of time, but I always appreciate the information that you bring to the table and always
absolutely,
learn from it. So I thank you. Until next week, over and out.
join us
Thanks for
again.
anybody for listening and joining in, and we'll talk soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.